Guess what? This morning we're going to find out the 2023 Ducati Streetfighter V4s is any good at commuting. There's only one way to find out. Oh. let's try that again. The side stand was up. Can't find neutral. Oh no, there's neutral. Okay, there's only one way to find out. Oh, well, that's not a great start to my commuting experience, is it now? I don't think that's the Ducati's fault that I tried to start the bike or put it in gear with the side stand up, and although I do think it is the Ducati's fault that oh Jesus, it's not great cold, I gotta tell you. Turning circle, bit of a problem. Brakes are great cold. Cold startup performance actually is a criterion for commuter bikes. You want to start it up cold and get decent response, and the cold braking ability of this is very good. However, the cold turning circle ain't. I don't know if that improves as it gets warmer. Imagine if it did. That'd freak me out. That'd really freak me out. But the cold engine response is a bit tricky, and yeah, this bad boy needs to warm up just a little, I suspect, for the commute. But now that I'm on board and I've got past my rather embarrassing initial moments as a commuter, the commute has not started well. But now that I'm on board, happy days. Happy, joy. We're on board. We've got heated grips, which for a commute, and I think the buttons. The problem is I push the button for heated grips, and I can't, because the TFT is so small and dark. I can't really tell what's going on, so I have to feel it with my hands. I'm just going to put this bad boy in race mode. I'll be right back. Flying neutral, man, that's hard. Okay, mode, just push that down, into race, bang, we are in, oh, I don't mind that. That's a potentially better TFT view, and that heated grip thing, I don't know which way to push it. I don't know. Nothing's happening on the dash, so I can't tell you what's going on. The finding neutrability of the motorcycle is not good when it's cold. It gets a little better when it's warm, but it's possibly the worst neutrability bike I've ever experienced cold, and that's a little painful. The clutch needs to be adjusted. It's way too far out. Anyway, look, it's a beautiful winter's morning and I'm commuting to work, and I want to know if this machine has got what it takes to be a great commuter. And yeah, she's a bit lumpy. I'm in second gear, a slow corner. Didn't like it at all. So I'd have to take that corner in first. Inline forward, do that in second, no problem at all. Yeah, it's got this feeling, this bike, of momentum. So it wants to roll, it wants to move, it wants to go forward. It doesn't like low speeds as much as it likes the faster stuff. Yeah, it really has got this rolling kind of like momentum. Look, it's a great road presence, I think. It's even the quick shift is not as good cold, so this bike really needs to be warmed up. You need to turn it on, run it in the garage for a few minutes before you jump aboard, I reckon. It has got great road presence, you know, bright red, beautiful red. Wow, I love this red, it's so nice. I love the black decals on the red. So yeah, it's got great road presence for a commute. You want to be seen and you want to be heard, and I think this bike is both seen and heard. It's beautiful. It's quite tall. It's got a lot of great road presence, so that's a great feature for commuting. And as you saw in my first impressions video, the filterability, lane filterability, was outstanding. Possibly the best lane filtering. Look, I think the S1000RR and the Panigale, being narrower tucked bikes with narrow clip-ons, are probably better for lane filtering, but for a naked with bars, this is outstanding at lane filtering. Probably my favourite naked for that. So that's a massive plus for commuterability. It does not like the high gears at lower speeds, given the format of this engine, whereas the multi-strata does. And the multi-strata V4 engine's been tuned very differently. And I have to say, for commuting, I reckon this bike would be awesome if they put the multi-strata engine in it. I love the way that V4's set up in that bike. I really, really do. I've never been a massive fan of the Panigale format of this engine, and I suspect the Streetfighter is closer to that than obviously than the multi. And so yes, I think it's a little lumpy down right for really slow commute stuff like this. It's a bit lumpy, but we will see. So RPM 15,000. Wow. Okay, we're not going to need that on the commute, I don't think. The mirrors are awesome. They absolutely destroy the mirrors on the BMW, and they're on par with the Tuono, if not better. So from a visibility perspective on the commute, that's awesome. The bike's not overheating at the lights like its Italian cousin, aka Aprilia, so that's a big plus. If I was on the Aprilia just then, by now the engine would have stalled. That's a fact. So we don't have that problem. So that's great. So yeah, from a commuterability perspective so far, you know, some hot spots and some cooler spots in terms of the performance of this bike. And here I am. How's this for amazing YouTube technology? I've been able to recreate my bike. I've been able to double myself. That's a double of me just there. Same bag, same jeans, same boots, same jacket. That's incredible. I did not actually plan that. That is a dead set coincidence that someone rode past me looking identical. I wonder if that is a subscriber stalking me. I mean, I've got so many thousands of subscribers, it's quite possible. Well, I've got 323 actually, so it'd be great if you subscribed to me. That'd be cool. I never ask. I think I'm supposed to ask. I never do. Anyway, I might start doing that. But that dude up there, I'm gonna have to catch him. Oh, look at that, third gear, low down the RPM, beautiful torquey responsiveness from the big Duke. But this at least will give you a good look at the... I was going to do a video. I was going to get my camera on a stand and do a flyby. I don't need to. I don't need to, because this dude is identical to me and he's going to do it for me. Look at that's me. That is me right there on my Streetfighter V4s. And I'm looking good. I'm looking absolutely awesome. And that's what I look like from behind. So this is a bonus, a massive bonus on the commute ride, that you can see the rear end view of my ride, and I'm not even I don't even have a camera on the back of my bike. That's how clever I am. Anyway, so look, the commuter ability so far is good. It is a little chuggy at these really low speeds, and with the bike's cold. And of course, that's what the Commute's about. You literally turn your bike on, cold, and away you go. Visibility, and says I like to check out how easy it is to twist around on the bike and see other traffic around you. It's solid. It's good. So yeah, it's definitely a bike that you could use in the daily grind. The question is how does it compare to others at doing the same thing? And that is what this video will reveal. Honestly, this dude, even the helmet, the bag's identical to mine. I've got a red and black helmet, I've got a red and black jacket, I've got blue jeans and black boots. We are twins. And he bought his from Fraser's too, as you can see. Great choice. If you want a street fighter, go check out Fraser's, because they're awesome. Now, I've got it in race mode. So what's the throttle response like in race mode? Now yeah, it's better. It's definitely a notch up from yesterday. I don't know. I'll see you later, Street Fighter. See you later, me. Bye, Exodus. Good to see ya. Nice riding. So yeah, look, the throttle response. The throttle response in race mode is definitely better, also more aggressive, as you would expect, but not like when you compare the direct throttle on the Beamer to the race mode. The difference there is night and day. This is not. Now there may be one more aggressive level of throttle response on the Duke, and I will find that out before I do my test ride, my big test ride tomorrow. I will find that out. I will check that out, because I want to make sure the comparison is like for like with the BMW. Yeah, third gear is about the best you're going to do on a commute like this. You're not going to need fourth, and even third's only just needable. Not surprising for the big 1100cc V4. Oh, I love that. I'll tell you what, the short shift ability, when we get out into the twisties and the open stuff, I suspect the short shift ability is going to be excellent. And I love short shifting. I'm not the sort of rev it out to the red line guy, mainly because I want to keep my license, but the short shifting is important to me, and I've got a feeling this is going to be a gem. I think this is going to be this bike's going to be in its element on the Sunday ride, on the spirited weekend ride, more so than the Commute. I've only been on the bike for a few minutes on the Commute. It's we're probably halfway to work, and I can look at that. Neutral's really hard to find. I can tell you, I think the BMW is a better commuter bike by quite some distance. It's just way more. It's way more smoother and easy to ride at these speeds. It really is. So I don't think there's a contest there at this stage of the game. Is this better than the Tuono? Look, the Tuono just covers itself in the opposite of glory, unglory. It covers itself in unglory because it overheats. If it didn't have the overheating problem, I reckon it would probably pip this. So far in my short commute, it would probably pip this. I think it's a smoother format. Just would be my gut feel. It's close, but because it overheats, you can't possibly give it the chocolates over the Streetfighter. The Streetfighter's a better commuter bike than the Tuono for that reason alone. Now I understand that the 21 and 23 version of the Tuono don't do the overheating thing like the 22 version does, but I can only tell you about the 22 because that's the one I've got. Yeah, for that reason alone, I'd give the chocolates to the Streetfighter at this stage of the Commute. We're not going to test filler up ability today, but I can tell you already it'll be fine. It's a key in to start it, and it's a key for the tank. So it's more of the old school approach, which is fine. And so filler up ability won't be a problem on the big Ducati. It's starting to get smoother now. It's starting to perform better as it's warming up, and which is great. So if your commute was a long commute, you'd start winning some hearts and minds back here because it's starting to get easier to ride. But my commute's about 12 kilometres. I've done about 7.5, 8 so far, and it's only just starting to become easier to ride. He's finding neutral, etc. Let's have a look. Nah. Yep, there. Took a couple of goes. So it's getting easier. Yeah, that clutch was a long way out. It's getting easier. So, yeah, just needs a bit of heat, this bad boy. Yeah, even the quick shifter now is starting to feel better. Brakes were good from the get-go. No problem there. No problem there. In terms of fuel economy, look, it's way too early to tell how this is going to go. You can look that up. And I don't know the size of the tank here, but we will, by the end of the weekend, know the answer to that. So is the Ducati Streetfighter, is it a capable commuter bike? I would say yes. If you're buying one bike and you want to use this for commuting, it can do it, no problem. Would it be my first choice? No. No, it would not. Probably the M1000R would be my first choice at present. Although, I've got to say, those white bars on the MR make filterability a little less appealing. So perhaps even the S1000RR for a short commute might even be a better commuter bike. And I do have a video on that, on the commuter ability of that bike, the 2022 M Sport S1000RR, on my channel. Go and check it out. If I was clear enough, I'd put the link up above, but I'm not. And maybe one day I will be that clear. Right now, I'm not. Look at that nice little pinky, crimsony, purpley Kawasaki from the olden days. It's pretty cool. I like it. A magnificent morning in Sydney this morning. We're going to cross the iconic Harbour Bridge on the Streetfighter shortly. We'll get a nice thumbnail opportunity as we go through the Throttle Expressway with the Opera House and the bridge, and then we can round out our views on the commuter ability of this machine. We might even get a night ride to test out the lighting as well, to give you the comprehensive commuter ability review. Wow, that's so good. Oh, wow. Oh, I can't wait to get this thing out on the open road. Far out. That's third gear from, I don't know, low RPM, probably from about 4,000 RPM, third gear. Beautiful. And that is the strength of these V4s. It's just got such a gorgeous feel to it when you're short shifting, and I'm sure it's got a terrifying feel to it when you're up in the high RPMs, which we're going to find out on the weekend. But wow, that's just something else. I love that. You just don't get the opportunity, unfortunately, on a commute like this to get that feeling, and that's why I think I mark it down for commuting. But I reckon I'm going to mark it up. I'm going to mark it up for weekend riding, I reckon, and I'm going to mark the Sydney City Council down for these frigging potholes on a major arterial road into the city. Far out. I went into one just back there, I don't know if you saw it. Far out. Mate, if there was no inch wide, I reckon I'd be fucking disappearing down a hole into the core of the earth. Anyway, we're on the commute. I hope you're having fun on this beautiful winter's morning in Sydney, as the nanny state of the world provides me with another 40km/h speed zone. Oh Jesus. I mean, the road fatalities in Australia are higher than Germany, and our speed limit is 40. In Germany there is no speed limit. You go figure. Go figure. Does it mean Australians are either more stupider, or there's too many potholes in the roads? I don't know, probably both. Anyway, there's food for thought. I'll give you some more food for thought. I want you to have a little listen to some Exodus. This is all me. Enjoy. The big girl is starting to feel smoother. Yep, and the heat hasn't been an issue so far. It's starting to feel smoother, which is great. As we turn into the iconic Cahill Expressway, we're going to get some awesome views of the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge here. So hang on for those. We're nearly at the office. Oh bugger! Normally I love taking this corner, but the bus is taking it today. What's that on the road there? I missed that. The bus is taking it today. Anyway, enjoy the. What's going on here? Enjoy the view. About rounds out our daily commute. For those of you who watch my channel, you will know I put all my bikes through this test. It's just to see how they go as a daily rider on a short inner city commute. There are different types of commutes out there. Some of you are riding 100 kilometres, some of you are out in the rural areas. This is a city test, and the Ducati has definitely passed the test. It's a solid performer, and you should have full confidence that if you buy this bike as a commuter, it'll do the job really well and you will enjoy it, no question about it. So yes, it is fundamentally a strong commuter bike. Here's a joke of this bike. Oh, neutral's good now, see, it's warmed up just as my commute ends. Here we go. What do you think of this one? Ducati Streetfighter V4. V4, it's called a Ducati Streetfighter. I'm borrowing this bike. I'm reviewing it on video. You're on YouTube. Yeah, I need your opinion. Do you like it? How much do you give this out of 10? Score out of 10. 9. 9 out of 10. Holy shit, Paul. Oh, he's gone nuts. He's given it a 9. Alright, well, there you go. You heard it here first. It's a 9 out of 10. You ripper. See you later. Well, that sums up my Ducati commuter experience. See you later. Neutral. Come on, neutral. There you are. Jesus, that's hard. That is hard. Oh.